Pesticides are the only toxic substance that we release intentionally into our environment to kill living things. There are some kinds. One of them is pesticide to kill weeds, herbicides, insects, insecticides, fungus, fungicides, and others. Ideally, insecticides should be lethal to the target pest. However, this is not the case, so that's why controversy of use and abuse of pesticide has surfaced. Sadly, pesticides are used almost everywhere. It's really hard to find a place where pesticides are not used. So that's why the food that we eat, the water we drink, and the air we breathe contain pesticides. And the real problem is that human exposure to pesticides is linked to health problems. For example, in May 2010, scientists of the University of Montreal released a study that found that exposure to pesticide increased twice the risk of a child to suffer hyperactivity disease. This is a case where hyperactivity, inattention, and in hyperactivity are found in the child. Other example is found in February 2009, where the Agency for Toxic Substances release a discovery where they say that children who live in homes where their parents use herbicides are twice likely to develop brain cancer than other kids who live in homes where their parents don't use pesticides. That's why we need to make our food, air, and water free from toxic chemicals. As the Toxic Action Center website says, the real solution is non-toxic and cultural methods of agriculture. That's why organically grown food and methods of pest control are the key to our family's health, and the health of our environment. On the other hand, the main point of the book called Poisoning Our Future is that children are not like little adults. That's why what this means is that the activities they do make them more prone to the negative effects of the toxic effects of the pesticides. That's why if we don't start using non-toxic chemicals to elaborate our food, this can cause bad effects in the child's physical and intellectual in the development of the kids. These effects can include autism, obesity, and different kinds of cancer. Also, it can affect to the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Finally, the organization Pesticide Action Network can imagine a world without toxic pesticides in our food. And to get this, it's really important to begin now to invest in the chemical alternative to provide more and more of the food we'll need for incoming generation. So finally, as a conclusion, since pesticides are used almost everywhere and the human exposure to pesticides is linked to health problems, it's really important to make our food, air, and water free from toxic chemicals. And one of the solutions is using non-toxic and cultural methods of the agriculture, so we can leave a better world for the next generation.